Do you want to know where CZ is going to be investing his money in the future? This is something that I would suggest that you do not ignore. I am definitely not ignoring this. I'm going to cover this, but I'm also going to cover what led to this. We have the breaking Department of Justice finds Binance intentionally caused a liquidity crisis, right, within FTX that played a role in the loss of nearly $10 billion of customer funds. The $4 billion settlement will be added directly to the recovered assets funds to match customer deposits 1-to-1 in early 2024. And also, because of all this news, we had $1.3 billion of user funds withdrawn from Binance in a very quick order. So that really hurt Binance a lot. Now, if you really think that CZ is such a bad guy, I want to show you what you, if you're a US citizen, have been paying taxes to support bailouts from these companies that are way worse than CZ. And then I'm also going to get into what CZ is investing in. First, we have since 2000, regulators fined banks 7,400 times, totaling fines of $380 billion, about 1/3 of the total market cap of crypto today. Either banking is criminal by definition or the rules are broken. Obviously, the rules are broken. Now, this is coming from a tweet from Gabor Gubax. I probably butchered his name, but he's on Twitter. Definitely recommend following him. He says, either banking is criminal by definition or the rules are broken. The crypto space looks like a nunnery by contrast. Let's go over some of these crazy numbers here, right? Bank of America, $87 billion in fines. JP Morgan, $39 billion in fines. UBS, $31 billion. Wells Fargo, $27 billion. But you know what? They're still around. And CZ is the bad guy? Right. These guys that run this show are criminal. Total criminal. This is why I renounced my US citizenship. I want nothing to do to pay for a country that funds this type of garbage. Next, we have Naomi Brockwell. Definitely recommend following her. She is a privacy advocate. She says Binance is being targeted not because they misappropriated funds or engaged in market manipulation, but because they're successful and they support alternative to a co-opted financial system. If you don't realize your financial system is co-opted, look no further than a great book called The Creature from Jekyll Island. It talks about the creation of the Federal Reserve. Let's go over to Mike Alfred now. By securing CZ's plea agreement and $4.3 billion fine, the U.S. government is facilitating the transfer of Bitcoin from weak hands to strong. CZ and Binance will sell Bitcoin to pay the fines, while simultaneously the spot ETF will soak up the supply with American capital. Beautiful execution. He also goes incredible timing right at the beginning of an epic bull market, which should be led by institutional adoption. In my opinion, I don't think these are strong hands. I think these are complete manipulating hands, right? These guys from BlackRock, Vanguard, Fidelity, oh my gosh, these guys will do anything to get their way. And I mean anything. Let's go over to what CZ said after resigning from Binance, which gives us some very good clues about where to invest. He says, my current thinking is I will probably do some passive investing, being a minority token shareholders in startup areas of blockchain, Web3, and DeFi, AI, and biotech. I'm happy that I will finally get more time to spend looking at DeFi. So he said DeFi twice. You know what? The reason why he's going to be getting into DeFi is because banks can't control DeFi. It's decentralized finance. And if it's truly decentralized, there's no stopping it. So that means we have one of the brightest minds, or at least go-getters in the crypto space, that is probably going to head up this. But the only unfortunate thing is that he might get 1.5 to 10 years in prison, according to what the Department of Justice has charged him with. So that could be pretty bad, but we'll see what happens. I'm sure CZ has some really good lawyers on this. Hopefully that is not too bad. And I think it's very obvious why he is interested in DeFi, considering he's in all this crap because of CeFi, because he chose to build a centralized platform. That means there are choke points. And who's the biggest person who's going to choke the point? It's government, especially the US government, because they hate crypto. But the good news is, let's go over JJ Cycles. He says, when Arthur Hayes was forced to step down as CEO of the BitMEX, he came back supporting the DeFi space with an investment in perpetual DEXs. Now that CZ has been forced to step down as CEO of Binance, it makes you wonder what he will support next in the DeFi space. And lastly, we have some really interesting news. Let's go back in history. This is going to make you so bullish. Credible Crypto on Twitter, he says, on October 1st, 2020, criminal charges were brought against Arthur Hayes, the owner of the largest crypto derivatives exchange in the world, by the Department of Justice. Remember, we were at this stage of the cycle. Don't let the FUD shake you out. Yes, that was October 2020. Man, did Bitcoin skyrocket after that. So the moral of the story is, we are really into DeFi. If you want to see what we have been getting into over the last, since November, since we bottomed in November, yes, we bottomed, and we aren't sidelined. Check us out with a CT Club at learningcrypto.com. It's not for everyone, but it's for people that really want to make a dent with the amount of money that they have. You know what I mean? Because there's plenty of opportunities out there. I don't think if you put $10,000 into Bitcoin right now that you're probably going to retire in the next couple years. But, considering that the alts that we've been getting into have been doing really well, that is what I'm focused on. And then we can buy more Bitcoin in the future with the money that we make with these alts. That's all I have. Please like and subscribe, and I will talk to you soon.